Len, where are you right now?
I'm in a little town called Tumut in New South Wales, Australia. I'm about 4.5 hours south of Sydney, the city of Sydney. Yeah, so I'm inland. I'm at the foot of the snowy mountains. So I live in the snowfields, bottom of the snowfields, the gateway to the snowy valleys to the snowy mountains. Beautiful, beautiful rivers and dams.
It
Beautiful
sounds
town.
like it. Absolutely. Yeah. And what's your tribal affiliation?
I'm a an Australian Aboriginal. So I'm one of the First Nations people. My tribe is Wiraadjuri. We're called Wiraadjuri people, and we're in New South Wales. We call Koori people, and yeah, so I'm a Wiraadjuri man.
Wiraadjuri. I believe Yvonne Goolagong is Wiraadjuri, isn't she?
That's right. Yes, yes. Yep.
And how long have you been singing Elvis songs and performing?
I've been performing Elvis songs. I was singing Elvis before I went to school, and when I went to school, when I was old enough to go to school, uh, I the teacher would ask me to sing Teddy Bear to the class, so I can sing. You can imagine a little 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid shaking legs singing Teddy Bear, well, to the classes.
Well, that must have
But
been a
who would
big
have thought? Who would have thought where I am now?
that must have been a big hit during the nap time, right? I bet you got everybody to sleep and singing some of those
Yeah, yeah,
ballads and Teddy Bear and everything like that. Lynn, is Elvis popular among Aboriginal communities in Australia?
yeah. Very popular. We all sort of grew up listening to Elvis, and very popular in the Aboriginal community, in the Koori community in Australia, right across Australia. Yeah, very popular. A
You
lot
have
of
a
country. The Aboriginal people like a lot of country music too, as well, from over the states. And that, but Elvis Presley is one of the big ones. Everyone loves.
well, and Elvis has some of those roots with country music has a connection to Elvis as well. So I think that would
Yes.
make sense. So now you have a full-time career in healthcare and you're an Elvis tribute performer. That's got to be a lot to balance. How often do you perform?
Um, I perform most weekends. Um, I had a string of shows there a while back. It's cooled down a little bit now, which is good. Ever since I've gone to Dubai, I went to Dubai early in the year and sung at the Australian Pavilion at the World Expo in Dubai, and that was in March of this year, and that was for a week as Elvis. So that was great, and I was a big star over there. I was good. I was a big hit over there with the all the people over there. Yeah.
You performed as Elvis in Dubai. Is that the farthest you've traveled for a show?
Yeah, that's it. That's my international status. That's as far as I've gone. That's I've become an international artist, and yeah. But I'd like to travel again. I'd like to maybe one come to the States, one day.
We'd love to have you. You definitely we'll get you gigs all over Native America. I'm sure all the communities would love to have you come out and meet you.
Yeah.
Len, another thing I want to compliment you on is unlike some other Elvis performers, you are rocking a full head of real hair. Is the pompadour your daily do even when you're not on stage?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It is my real hair and my real sideburns. A lot of them wear wigs and stuff, and it is hard because sometimes I can't get away from them. I am a big celebrity in my own town. I can't get away from the Elvis, hello, Elvis this, Elvis that, And sometimes I'd like to be Len Connolly, and sometimes I'd like to just get it cut it all off, but it's I can't do that because if the show comes up, someone wants me to do a show, or I've got to go off and do shows. I've got to have the hair. I don't wear a wig. It's always been my own natural hair.
Len, you have a family, you have a teenage daughter, as I understand. What does she think
Yep.
about you performing?
Oh, Sean, she loves me performing. She's a beautiful girl, and she loves me performing. She dances and sings, and she knows all the words to all the backup, the backup words to the songs that I sing in my show. And yeah, so she gets up and has a dance with me every now and again. I call her up on stage, and she might give me a scarf to put around my neck to hand out to the people. And yeah, so I do the full on thing. I do the scarves and that, and interact with the crowd. I like to interact with the crowd up close and personal with them, give them scarves. And, you know,
Who
it's a
makes
it's
your
a
I'm sorry, Lynn, who makes your outfits?
I do have a low half Hawaii one, but I've got that made here by a local dressmaker made it for me from scratch, which looks fantastic. And then I've got another one that come from the States from B&K Enterprises over there, and it's a Comet suit. And yeah, they're so expensive. I've just got other Elvis stuff that I wear, but I've only got the two suits at the moment. But I'll get another one day.
Now you specialize in the Las Vegas era Elvis. Do you some do you do some of the martial arts moves on stage as well?
Not some of them, not much. I don't want to pull a hamstring, but yeah, no, I like to just do what I can, and I do all the moves, just to be in the character. But I'm more soulful. I'm more really just the way I move is just a little bit, like trying to catch the essence of Elvis, how he does, and yeah, especially because these lower from a Hawaii show, he was just so graceful on stage, and he moved a little bit, obviously, and yeah, I do move a bit, I do. So, got to give the crowd a little bit of excitement, I guess.
Elvis has been gone for almost 50 years. Why do you think his legacy remains so strong, even among younger generations?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not just the older generation anymore. It's the younger generation that are coming through that are liking Elvis. I think because of the festivals that we do have, and festivals all around the world, I think they're getting the young kids. I think they like the way he moved now. And I think with the new movie just being released, I think it's just going to skyrocket again. It's just going to. It doesn't seem to end. And I think I said before. I think it just like apart from Jesus Christ, our Savior, I think Elvis is one of the most talked about human beings ever, and I think he'll be talked about forever and ever. You know, he's in commercials, he's in this, he's in that. He's in songs. People write songs. He's in songs. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
not going to rest in peace for a long time.
Yeah, I think he's the biggest celebrity ever, with the exception of
Yes.
some of these, yeah, some of these like iconic figures from history and everything. Len, here in the U.S., Elvis has been accused of appropriating his music from African American singers. Is that a criticism in Australia too?
No, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I understand that Elvis sang, got his like he grew up in a little town, and he listened to the Negro sound, and that's where he's got the gospel sound, and yeah, because of his voice, like a lot of people think he's got this really deep voice, and he talk like this, and that sort of stuff. But really, and in some songs it's a bit deep, but really he's just got a nice mellow voice.
Yeah, he really, really did. And you, Len, you say over 30 songs in your sets. And do you rehearse those songs often, or do you just pretty much perform?
Now I would just perform them. Touch wood, I got a pretty good memory when it comes to words. And yeah, I've just learned them, and obviously now I used to play with a 12-piece band, and because they're all business people and school teachers and stuff, they've all moved on, and so I just do stuff with backing tracks like most of us do now, and we go to Elvis festivals and stuff. But I'd love to perform again. I'm about to try to put a show on in my town again here soon, because I'm about due to do one because of the COVID. It's been a couple of years now, and the last one I did sold it out, and I'd like to be able to do another one, but I'd like to do it with a live band again. I'd like that the live band feeling behind me. But you know, it'll happen one day, I'm sure.
Do you have a favorite piece of Elvis trivia?
No, not really. I just I don't know. I just like performing his songs. I don't have like all the stuff laying around. Bit of stuff, but I'm not a full on. You know, have this, have that, have that. Yeah, I just like people know me as Elvis, as in this town, and I love to be able to perform for people. That's what I focus on.
Did Elvis ever perform in Australia?
I don't think he did. I don't think he came out. Yeah, I don't think he did. Yeah.
Now, have you seen
Mm.
the new movie that just came out?
Well, I did a couple of shows. I did a about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I did a they showed the movie in another town called Young, which is about an hour and a half away from me, and they showed the movie during the day, and then I did a 2 hour stage show that night, big production, and then in my hometown, only another week or so ago, they showed the movie down here, and I went down and I was just in the foyer meeting, greeting people, and I sang a couple of songs before the movie started on the big stage. So yeah, so I'm getting a bit of publicity happening, you know. Then you guys come along, and this is fantastic. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys over there.
We really appreciate you, Len, taking the time. I know it's early in the morning there in Australia, and I'm just curious if this were to really blow up for you, and you were to continue to get these gigs and do these shows, would you ever consider doing this full time?
Yeah, I would. I work, as you know, I work as a health worker 5 days a week, and I'd like to be able to cut down my days and work 3 days in the middle and have the weekends free for when shows and they come up, you know. Yeah, but I would love to come over that way. I got asked to go to a few years ago. I got asked to go over to compete in a professional ETA competition in British Columbia and also in New Zealand. But in British Columbia, he asked me to go over there, but obviously I didn't have the funds and that to get over there. But you never know. After being in Dubai, you know, I have a passport now at least, so I might be able to. I would love to come to the States one day and just do a tour of little villages or whatever, you know, you have over there, and for the indigenous people over there and for everyone really.
Len, I was asking you about if that's one of your goals to visit the States and go to Graceland at some point in the future.
Yeah, look, that's on my bucket list. I'd love to go. I'd love to come to the States and perform. You know, like I'd like to do a little tour over there, but I obviously don't have the finance to do that. But I would love to bring my vocals and my show over there. You know, and but never know. And but yeah, I would love to visit Gracelands. That's on my bucket list to go and just to see the way he lived, and you know, and just to see his place and feel his spirit, I guess. Yeah,
Now,
but
do
I'd
you
love to.
know? I'm sorry. Are there a lot of other Elvis tribute artists in Australia besides yourself?
Yeah, yeah. There's a fair few over here, but they're all white fellas. You know, I'm the as far as I'm aware, I'm the only Australian Indigenous ETA Elvis tribute artist probably in the world. So yeah, but that's as far as I know. I'm I go to a big Elvis festival over here called Parks Elvis Festival, and I'm registered with them guys as an ETA. So yeah.
Now, before the show, my producers and I were talking, and it seems like most of the Elvis tribute artists seem to focus on the Las Vegas era, like yourself, as opposed to the 1950s. And why do you think that is? What's that intrigue with the Las Vegas era?
I think the early years there are a few ETAs, Elvis tribute artists in Australia that do the early stuff, but because it's so high, I think, you know, like his voice was a little bit different then, a bit younger, and he can sing a little bit higher, and yeah, I think everyone likes to sing the ballads like I do, and the because they're a lot easier to sing. I sing about uh 30, 34, 35 songs in a show, and this was with a live band, 12-piece band, and there was only one song I changed the key to. So I sing most of the songs in the same key as Elvis. So, but yeah, I think it's just you, I don't, I think, of course, I don't do the early stuff because it's a bit high, and you know, you really got to strain to sing those high notes.
Like I told you earlier, my daughter and I, we watched you sing Teddy Bear on YouTube, and you have one 8-year-old girl here in the States that's a big fan, and she wants me to tell you that she really likes the way you sing and the way you dance. So best of luck to you going forward, Len, and thanks again for taking the time to talk with us today.
No, thank you, Shawn, and thank you, Sol. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys. And stay safe over there, and tell your daughter hello for me. And you never know, you might see me over there one day.